Okay, here we go. Lesson 7, beginning bridge lessons. This is going to be on a one no Trump forcing, which is part of the 2/1 system. I'll just say it now. One no Trump, if you play standard American, one no Trump forcing is generally a 2-point difference. If you play 6 to 9, one no Trump forcing is 6 to 11. We'll talk more on that later, but it's not as big a difference as people think between the systems. But anyway, that's here nor there. We'll talk about that as we get further. I'm just going to do a quick review of lesson 6. Primary thing is when you have an honor sequence. So ace, king, king, queen, queen, jack, jack, 10. If you lead an honor, you promise the one below it. Okay. Um, Leading attitude, high, and I just want to kind of, as we're putting these together, high hate. So by high, we kind of mean non-honor. So if you lead a non-honor, generally means you're not going to like the suit, and low likes means you do have an honor. You just don't have this one above here. You don't have a sequence to lead from, but your hoping partner can kind of fill in that sequence. So generally, so low likes, high-ish, so not low, not the lowest one you have, up there, but not an honor, is you don't like, and it flips if you're following. So this is for leads, you lead top of a sequence or lead low likes. If you're following, you flip it around. A highish card, but not an honor, would be you like it. The lowest one you have in the suit would be you don't. This communicates with partner by the cards that you pick, whether you like a suit or you don't like a suit. This is called attitude signaling, and I talked about it last time, or last lesson. You have a high sign, it's a high card, what I mean? So all right. So we introduced you to defense in the last lesson, and now we're going to go back to bidding again, like we kind of always do, and just introduce you to 2/1 from the Jim Ricker beginning bridge using 2/1. The title of the book, that's what it is, but there's really only chapters 13, 14, and 15 actually deal with the 2/1. Everything else is beginning bridge. Is any would be in any other bridge book. And 2/1 basically means the 2 level over the 1 level. So if you bid at the 1 level and you go to the 2 level, a non-jump, okay, that will mean that you have opening hand. An opening hand versus opening hand, we generally want to be in game. So that's the difference then with one no trump, is that it's just below an opening hand. So your one no trump range is a little bit bigger if you play one no trump, and you'd play this one no trump forcing system, um, to help you try to find the right fit with that. So one note, there's not any system that's perfect. I don't, you know what I mean? Otherwise, there'd probably only be one system. Every system has its pluses and minuses. I started out with standard American. Um, I like 2/1 better. I think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages to other bidding systems that I've used. You may not feel the same way, but I do want you to at least understand it, because a lot of people are playing 2/1, and you want to know what the opponents are up to, and make a decision for yourself if the pluses and minuses are worth it for you. If all of this doesn't make any sense to you, bridge is brand new to you, fine. I want you to learn this way. Go ahead. Just disregard all that gibberish I was talking about with other systems in standard American. Okay. Um, so so we're gonna cover one no trump forcing, and we're going to go 2/1 over the next few lessons. Okay. So tonight, I don't know when you're listening to this. Sorry. We're going to do one no trump forcing, and so the one no trump convention. Okay. It only applies when partners start with, when the opener started with a major. So that's one heart or one spade. All right. This applies without interference, so the opponents are not bidding. Okay. And so and we are not a passed hand, actually, is the way I play it as well. So partners opened in first or second seat. The opponent is passed to our right, and now we can designate whether we have opening hand or not. Okay. And if we have opening hand, we can bid our longest suit at the 2 level. If we don't, we would bid one no trump forcing. Okay. There are some exceptions within that. If you have 4 spades, a partner open to heart, you're still going to do the 4 spades. That still means 4 more spades and 6 or more, so you can have opening hand. And it will depend a little bit on your distribution. But in general, we're going to bid, and when partner opens 1 heart or 1 spade, we have 6 to 11 points, and we don't, have the major with partner. We'll go ahead and bid 1 no trump, and then and these are the bids of where it'll go from there. Is the way I word it. So Jim Ricker, and I kind of like it just a little bit from a math perspective. He kind of splits that opening bid of 12 to 19 basically in half. All right. So he kind of he does the second bid by opener. You can rebid your major just like any other time that you would, because when you have 6 in the suit, you do 2 of the major. In this sequence, if it goes 1 spade, 1 no trump, again, all these sequences here are one of a majors, 1 heart or 1 spade, and then 1 no trump. So this is the opener's second bid. Okay, 2 hearts. If they open a spade, they must have 4 hearts. If it was 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 of a minor, you're a little bit stuck here sometimes, just like you are in opening bids. Sometimes you're only going to have a 3-card suit, and you'll just bid your 3-card suit up the ladder. We do promise if we go to hearts, we would have 4 of them. So if you have 3 clubs, let's say, and 3 hearts, you do the 3 clubs. Okay, this is your 12 to 15 point bids. So 12 to 15 high card points, your minimum openers, we'll call it. And then your higher end openers, you can jump to 3 of the major, again with a 6-card suit. 2 spades, this is a reverse. We'll kind of cover this in more detail in a different video. But that would be a stronger hand as well. Okay, 1 no trump or 2 no, where it goes 1 of a major, 1 no trump true draw is a stronger hand as well. So the lower end of the upper range, 16, 17, and then 3 no trump would be if we have the very top end of our opening bid. We could just go to right to 3 no trump, because partners promised us at least 6 points. So we go to 3 no trump with a balanced hand there. And then if you change suits, you have top end as well, but you also are showing a 4-card, a different suit as a 4-card suit. All right. So very top end and a second suit. Okay. Now it'll come back to the responder. So opener's done their second bid. Again, the first bid was 1 heart or 1 spade by the opener, 1 no trump by the responder, 6 to 11 points. And you have 6 to 11. Actually, that's really all you know about the responder's hand so far is 6 to 11 points, and it's forcing. It's telling partner to bid one more time, and let's see where we should best land. All right, 6 to 9. So it's the lower end of that minimum of that opening, that 1 no trump forcing bid. You generally would like to stay at the 2 level with this bid. And this is one of the things I really like about this bidding system is you get plenty of opportunities to stay at the 2 level when you're at the low end of the range. Okay. So let's say you can go back to 2 of the original major. You might only have 2-card support here, but partner gave you a different choice of a suit. You didn't like that one either. All right. You don't have a nice 6-card, you don't have a long 6-card suit anywhere. So you might as well end up in a 7-card fit in the major as opposed to 7-card fit, in a minor. Okay. So go ahead. Sometimes you'll be and this is really tough to do for me at first, but I found this has made surprising amount of time, and because majors are worth 30 points a trick as opposed to the 20 points a trick, it's turned out to be good scoring as well. You can pass opener's second suit if you have that low end and you feel it's an 8-card fit. Obviously, you don't know exactly how many partner has. So if the second suit you have 5 in it, let's say they did a minor, well then for sure it's an 8-card fit. It will, so you make a judgment call here, but you're looking for an 8-card fit. Otherwise, you just go back to the major. All right, new suit by responder shows that you don't have either one of the above suits from opener, and you have a 6-card suit. This has to be at least a 6-card suit because the opener has already identified 2 suits, and you're picking a different one. So it has to be at least a 6-card suit. This is, again, one of the advantages of 1 NoTrump forcing is if, let's say, a hand has 7 points and 7 diamonds. The responder partner opens a spade, it goes 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 clubs, and then 2 diamonds by the responder. this, so you have 7 points and 7 diamonds. All right, kind of extreme, but it's the only way to end up in 2 diamonds is this type of sequence. Okay, so requires new suit is to play. What we mean by to play is the opener is supposed to pass. This is a really long suit. I got a really bad hand. The only way we get any tricks with my hand is if diamonds is a trump suit. Okay, so that's a new suit by responder. That's not a 5-card suit. That's not a 4-card suit. That's at least a 6-card suit. Okay, because again, partner's giving you 2 choices already, so you need to have at least 6 if you go and pick a different suit. All right. You can go to 3 to the original major. This is a little confusing, but this is a great little bit if you can remember it. A limit raise, like we talked about in lesson 2, okay? 1 heart, 3 hearts shows 10, 11, 12 points, and 4 cards in support. If you use one NoTrump Forcing, you have a really nice way to show 3-card support. What you do is 1 heart, 1 NoTrump Forcing, whatever the partner does. Let's say they do 2 clubs by opener, you can jump to 3 hearts, and that shows specifically that 10 to 11 points and 3-card support because you didn't do 3 hearts right away. All right, so it's a 3-card limit raise. Very difficult to show in some other systems, but in this system you have a way to do it. So now partner, it's not a 9-card fit, so it's not an extra trick from the dummy. They may or may not go on the game, but they know what you have. You can raise opener 2nd suit. Again, now we're going over the bids that show 10 to 11 high card points. So 6 to 11 was a range, and now we're further defining it for the responder. You can support responder 2nd suit with 10, 11, and confidence in 8-card fit. So again, if they bid hearts, for example, you only have to have 4 because we play that hearts has to be promising 4. But if they bid a minor, it'd be nice if you had at least 5. Otherwise, 2 no trump by responder would show 10 to 11 points and no support for either of partner suits, but a fair amount of high card points. Partner could have 14, right? Could have 14 or 15. So 2 no trump might be the best place. High card points really do matter for no trump. All right. Distribution, I would say, matters a little bit, matters more for the suit contracts, and we have different ways to adjust scoring. But high card points, those lowly quacks, queens and jacks do make a difference, and 10s make a big difference in no trump contracts. So we are going to kind of be pretty specific on our point count for if we're going to try to be in no trump. Okay, so this is a nice little explanation of each bid by opener and responder. Again, if you'd like me to email it to you, or again, you want to just take a picture of the video or pause it and write it down, however you want to do it. But this gives you all the bids by point counts, by opener, and by responder. So all these bids that we went through started out with 1 heart or 1 spade by the opener and 1 no trump by the responder, which shows the 6 to 11 high card points. Okay, so we're going to go and bid some of these hand, plus sprinkle in some from the prior lessons. And here we go with the first one. Okay, so they open 1 spade to our right. Okay, if you ever want to know what it is, major suit opening 5+ in the suit and opening hand. And just so you know, if you ever need to get rid of that box, you can just click on it and it goes away, because as you can see, we couldn't see the cards. All right, so I'm going to pass. They're going to do 1 no trump forcing, asking partner to say, tell me your 2nd longest suit and how many points you have. And they said, okay, I'm lower end. And my 2nd best suit is diamonds. And now we'll get to see what the other robot's going to do. They like diamonds. They have 7, 8. They're going to support with a 3 diamonds. I probably wouldn't have. The reason why I wouldn't have is that this probably isn't going to fit too well because they have a singleton spade, but maybe it'll trump well. So they ended up in 3 diamonds instead of 2. In general, if you're not going to get to game, you kind of want to be as low as possible. Okay, so they ended up in 3 diamonds, and it looks like they'll probably make it. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next one. Oops. Oh, next one. All right, so We got a pass to our right, 5, 9, 11. We got opening hand, right, and heart. So we'll open this a heart. We got a one note trump forcing for partner. Actually, we got the same kind of sequence we had last time. We'll see if we end up in the same place. So our next suit we have is diamonds. All right, wait, I just want to check our points here. 5, 9. We're pretty close, but I'm going to still say 2 diamonds. Not enough to jump. Oh, okay. So they have that unique hand, okay, where they have 3 hearts and 11 to 12 points, okay? 10, 11, 10, 11, 12 points, okay? So they have 3 hearts. They didn't do a limit raise right away, okay? So they one note trump first, kind of a holding pattern. So usually when you do one note trump forcing, you don't have the major with partner, but because it's forcing, you can use this little pause bid to show it. So now partner has that limit raise, but only 3 hearts, limit in points, but they only have 3 hearts, so not 4. I have a little bit, I'd say top end of my minimum, so I'll put this in 4 hearts. So if you can remember that bid, you do one no trump forcing to show the 6 to 11 points, and then you come back and support hearts later, and you jump on your next bid to show the 3 hearts, okay, with the 10, 11, 12. All right, so we'll put that in 4 hearts, okay? So we're gonna go to the next hand. Here we go. All right, 5, 8. Ooh, that's pretty bad. So one no trump to our left, and they pass. So they didn't have a stamen or transfer. You don't have to have any points for, we'll go ahead and take a look. Oh, we get to see the dummy. All right, so 6, 7, 8. They did have 8 points, so they're right there, but they decided not to invite partner with the 8 or 9. It's not a great 8 or 9. I'll give them that. 6, 7, 8. These jacks are sometimes questionable at best, so the robot decided not to bid with that. But generally, it would go 1 no trump, 2 no trump there to say, are you partner? You're 15 or are you 17? To ask partner, because if this hand is 17, 17 plus 8 gets you to 25, but they must have discounted a point to say, that's not enough. Some will do that. Sometimes 8 is just not enough, depending on what they have for 10s and 9s and where their points are at. So okay, so oops, we're gonna go to the next deal. So we have 1 spade by partner, and we do have 6 points, so we can respond. And we don't have spades with partner, but we have a little bit. So we're going to do our 1 no trump forcing bid, showing partner we're in that, below opening, but we do have at least 6 points. Their second best suit is diamonds. Oof, we only have 3. Do we have enough to do 2 no trump? 3, 5, 9. All right. So it's supposed to be, right? For responder to do 10, 11 to 2 no trump, they're supposed to have 10, 11. I do have 2 spades. Partner second best, they don't have 4 hearts. So I'm just gonna put this in 2 spades. And I don't know. Yeah, it kind of depends. This one's close where it would play out, but um so we're just gonna let the robots play it out. So I was on the fence there. I had 9, so but I want to see if this makes 2 spades. The diamonds were all in the wrong spot here, so we got a bunch of diamond losers. But it doesn't look good. So, because of the spots of the diamonds, no trump isn't going to play the best either. So that was a little ugly. But I've seen worse. Down 1 is not so bad. All right, we'll go to the next one. And a 1 spade, a major opener to our right. We're going to pass. And then, okay, so you do need to have 4 hearts here. Okay, so they do, they have 4 hearts. And we're gonna pass again. And they then upgraded their hand to say, okay, I've got 4 hearts as well. Now that's enough, in my opinion, for us to make game. Okay, so they decide to upgrade their hand and bid game with that, and it's going to be close. All right, so here we go to the next one. Ooh, we got a big hand. 7, 11, 18, 19. All right, so we do a heart. Opening hand. We'll get to this later, but 2 hearts is actually weaker, ironically enough, than 1 heart. So 1 heart is a pretty big range. Okay, so they did the 1 NoTrump Forcing bid. We're going to actually jump to 3 NoTrump here. So that's this one by opener, where they can show that really big hand, and I'm fairly even. Partner doesn't have 4 spades because they would have done that first. So this is where we're going to end up. That's 3 NoTrump. Probably get a spade, but we didn't. Okay. All right. We had a pretty big hand there. All we needed to hear was that partner had, at least 6 points, and then we went ahead and put it in game. All right. So we don't have enough to open. So 1 spade over here, opening hand and spades, 1 NoTrump forcing, 1 NoTrump. Again, if you're playing with the robots, it'll explain all the bids. All right. And they're asking partner to bid again. Again, this is with not passed hands. Neither one was a passed hand. Okay. And so it's forcing for 1 more bid. Partner jumped to 3 spades. So that shows a big hand in spades. And now this hand, now 2 cards is enough to support because their partner promised 6. And they have a nice hand, but probably not enough, to get the slam. So they just put it in game. Okay, this hand already showed their hand by jumping. Okay, they jumped with their second bid to show they were top end of opening in a 6 spade. This hand now, like I said, knew that 2 card support would be enough, and they went ahead and put it in game. Okay. All right, so here we go to the next one. Partner's opening a heart. We do have a little bit, and this is actually one of the hands that you'll see a lot of people bid 2 diamonds here, and they do not have enough points to bid 2 diamonds in any system. Okay. So we're just going to do 1 NoTrump forcing because partner could have that 18, 19 point hand. So our 7 points would be enough. So you do need to bid, but 2 diamonds would be overstating your hand. So you do 1 NoTrump forcing, see what partner does. Now I can bid my 2 diamonds and they'll know what I have. Not very many points and a whole bunch of diamonds. Okay. So like we worded it in the handout, that's the play. Partner did have 2 diamonds. They may not have, certainly, but they did have 2. So it is our 8 card fit. Partner's supposed to pass. I told partner it needs to play in diamonds, and that's where we ended up. So this is a great system to be able to end up at the 2 level in your potential misfit. You have a lot of ways to end up there. When they have about as many points as we have, we do not want to end up at the 3 level, or even worse, is 3 NoTrump because we keep bidding our suits and we don't know how many points we have. So this is a great system for showing partner how many we have and then trying to designate where we should be. Okay, so that was this one right here. This last, the new suit by responder shows a lack of support for either of opener suits. Okay, you can click on the bid here. I didn't have hearts or clubs with partner, so I bid my own suit, which shows at least a 6 card suit, and I'm in the 6 to 9 point range, so I have a bad hand. We don't have game together, partner. You didn't jump, and I'm low end of my bid. So they have about 20 points, and so do we. Let's not get too excited here. Let's try to end up at the 2 level. So a lot of times we end up in 2 of their major, but this time because we had such a long diamond suit, we went ahead and bid our suit, and partners to pass that bid. Again, opener will not have very many in that suit because that was not one of the choices they gave responder. Very tough to pass with that hand, but that's what it is. They're supposed to pass. Partner is showing a really long suit and a bad hand. Okay. So one NoTrump Forcing, it's a part of the 2/1 system. You can play it in without or whatever, but um, you can play, one NoTrump Forcing and not. But in general, it's played in the 2/1 system. And we'll go over that in future lessons. We have 2/1 bid. This is probably one of the more confusing bids you'll have. Again, so it's kind of brought up early in the class, so you're able to have a chance to work on it and go through it. Okay, so we're going to spend lesson 8 on this as well. We'll kind of go through some additional hands. So read chapter 14 if you have the book. If not, I'll put some links below so you can find some additional information online for different resources. Ask any questions. So click on the see more and you can see the different homework assignments, the at-home study plan. And if you want to start, doing some lessons or doing some things, you may find some other people that want to learn how to play, or I can help you guys get together and get 4 of you together for a private lesson, and we can work on some lessons if you'd like. Definitely play on BBO to do your practice. I think I showed you guys, I don't know which lesson I showed it to you, but in Solitaire, there's the weekly free instant tournament that resets on every Friday. And there's some other free tournaments. I generally, while you're just getting going, I would encourage you just to play against the robots or just with each other if you have other people that are learning with you. Don't try to get involved. They might with other people, they might get a little frustrated with you and nasty, unfortunately. So just kind of stick to Solitaire. Um, like I said, I really like these weekly free instant tournaments, and there's some other tournaments which we'll introduce you to as we go along in the course. Any questions, ask them below, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, and be sure to subscribe, share, and like so people on YouTube, other people can hear about these lessons, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.